the 2015 South Carolina AgriBiz and Farm Expo, and I am here with the gentleman farmer, Mr. Cullen Bryant. He is with Bryant Farms, and he's also one of the co-founders of the South Carolina AgriBiz and Farm Expo. Mr. Bryant, thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for having me on.
It's good to see you, and it's good to hear your name associated with so many farmers that are here. I know that there was a listing of a number of the farmers that in the newsletter that came out, and you mentioned how pleased you were to see that.
So it was so gratifying. The fact that we've got a farmer advisory committee that we started this past year, and they all worked so hard and meant so much to this show, and you know, we want to expound on it, and that's one of the ways we feel like we can, is just getting everybody buying ownership in it. I mean, we want everybody. I don't care if you came today, if you anything, you're a part of this show.
Right.
It's not, no one owns it except everybody owns it.
Well, and even beyond the farming agriculture community, the thing that is all awesome, all inspiring, right, and awesome to me is seeing when you go down through the exhibitors and when you look at the different educational programs that are going on, how everything here touches almost everyone in South Carolina.
That is correct. Most people do not realize where their food and fiber come from, and you know, and they have no. A lot of the consumers don't realize how important agriculture is to them in their everyday lives. So it's just, and we want them to understand how beneficial agriculture truly is to every segment of the society.
Now, do you, in your mind, think that you're making some major inroads by having this expo?
I certainly do. You know, this is, we truly need the farmers, because to be in, we need everyone here. But we really want to, it's innovation, education, and collaboration. Right. That we strive to do, and we want to show you new innovations that with the vendors, with their wares. We want to educate you through some of the educational sessions we have, and we want to collaborate with you. We want to interact with each one of you so they can build those relationships that mean so much.
Right. Now, one of the other things about the expo is the number of not only vendors but also people that are in service agencies that are here to help people. And I found, because I hadn't really thought through it, talking with people, I found that they really want to help people, but they you know, they love the culture of it, and they love the warm, fuzzy feeling of it.
Right.
But they want people to be smart and to have thought ahead and have a plan for what they would do as a farmer.
I totally agree. I feel like that everyone here, and especially with soil conservation, FSA, all these main groups, be it 4-H, whatever, they're here to help us in any way they can, and we don't want people to feel like that they're their enemy. They're our aid, and we want them to realize that these people are here to help us,
right,
not hurt us.
Right. And part of that, though, is letting them know.
Let the people know. Exactly right.
And letting them know what the needs are.
Exactly right.
Now, one of the things that we've seen quite a bit of the last couple of days are a number of youth coming through that either have an interest or they are youthful, right, and have just gotten into the farming as a business. They may have grown up in a family, but they are taking the lead.
Yeah, I think years ago, a lot of the young people maybe thought that was, agriculture was boring business to be in.
Right.
But it certainly is not. There's so many things going on. There's so much technology, so much innovation. I mean, who would have thought that some of the things that we have today with auto steer tractors and yield monitors and variable rate application and drones and or UAVs to try to collect data and precision application of chemicals where you don't overlap. It's amazing the technology we have today.
And I think a lot of people just have no idea. I would not have an idea if I had not been here about how much goes on and how much intelligence of different kinds, how much data gathering is so critical to this industry.
A lot of young people are with texting or computers or whatever, but you'd be amazed at how much technology and how much use of computers is involved in agriculture today. It's just mind-boggling. It really is.
Right. It's good to see, and it's good to see that maybe some of those skills that some of the young people had in playing the video games, that they can use some of that programming ability.
I know, me being an age, I'm always looking to younger individuals to maybe help me with something new, because it seems it's like a natural to a lot of those, whereas it's kind of hard for a lot of us, or me in particular, an older person, to comprehend sometimes.
I know how that is. Well, the other thing that I think has been very exciting about the last couple of days is not only seeing the nuts and bolts of the importance of our food and where it comes from and how it's produced and all that goes into that, but the expansion into the agritourism and the locally grown movement.
Right. We're just so proud of everything that's happening here. It's just it's mind-boggling, as you can see with the crowds we've got. It's just everything is moving forward in a very positive manner. A lot of interest and a lot of activity.
Right. And you give back so much to the farming community, not only with your work here with the Expo, but also you just came back from San Diego.
Yes, ma'am.
Participating on a committee there. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, actually, I went with Farm Bureau to San Diego American Convention, and
you're on the Farm Bureau board, is that correct? Okay.
I'm on the investment board with Farm Bureau, and I'm on the Federation board also.
Okay.
And but we went there as a lot of different things, and we're so proud we had a couple of the people who were active in different events. We had a couple that were in the top 10. We had another couple that were in the runners-up on the national levels there. So,
wonderful.
So it was young couples, Young Farmer won the Young Farmer Award, the Achievement Award. That's awesome. To come away from an event such as that, with that magnitude, and have people from your own state that have exhibited their talents and skills there.
Great. That's really good to hear. But it is something that we're beginning to learn more about and see more about how supportive the South Carolina community is for agriculture, but how we also need to have those support systems in place, and that's something that I would imagine from a farmer's perspective you really do have to take advantage of, since we never know what's happening with the weather.
We don't. Farmers have had pretty good, the last couple of years have been good to them. But this farming is like a lot of other things. It's like you're on a roller coaster, and you don't know when the next hill is or what the next hole is. So we're struggling now, and it appears that we're going to be struggling for the next few years to be profitable, we know that we're going to have to really tighten our belts and get ready for tough times ahead. And we just hope we can sustain and be able to continue to move forward. If you don't prepare, one of the things, if you don't prepare for the bad times, it might not be so good for you when the bad times do come. So you have to make some preparations for good times and bad times.
Yeah, that's true, and it's probably true in any field. But probably more so in agriculture, because it is there's only so much that a person can do. You're so dependent on all these other factors.
Yeah, you know, we just we feel blessed to be able to farm and be in nature and under this big umbrella that our Savior's provided for us.
You know, it almost doesn't sound like a job.
You know, if
I know
you enjoy
you work hard.
I do, but if you enjoy what you're doing, you'll never work a day in your life. And so, you know, I feel like you have to have a passion for what you do if you want to succeed. If you don't have a passion for what you're doing, you need to find that niche.
Yeah.
And hopefully a lot of young people are finding a passion for agriculture in that way.
I think we're seeing that happening, and I think looking at people, having people to mentor them, but looking at people like yourself helps people to realize how important it is and how meaningful it can be.
It just makes me feel so proud to see my grandchildren out on the farm whenever they get a chance.
Yeah.
And I just love it.
I mean, what a legacy, you know, to come from that and then now to give it on to your grandchildren.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
That's it.
Well, I want to thank you for joining me again today. I enjoyed speaking with you last year and look forward to speaking with you next year.
I certainly have enjoyed it too, Donna. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I've been speaking with Mr. Cullen Bryant. He is with Bryant Farms, and he is the co-sponsor of the 2015 South Carolina AgriBiz and Farm Expo, but also has been not sponsor, co-founder of the South Carolina AgriBiz and Farm Expo.